I want to go through a quick walkthrough of Tailwind. So if you don't know, Tailwind is a scheduler for Pinterest, and they also have Instagram as well. I use it for Pinterest, and as a Pinterest manager, I also use it for all of my Pinterest clients. It helps me be able to schedule everything in advance. That way I'm not on Pinterest every single day trying to post and publish content. Instead, I can schedule it out, and that way I can either do it weekly, bi-monthly, or monthly. So I'm going to show you around Tailwind. So this is the publisher, which is this little icon right here. And the publisher is pretty much your schedule. It is where you publish all of your pins and your content. As you can see here, there are different time slots, and these are their smart queue of time slots that they feel are going to work the best for your account and for your audience. So that's what's good about Tailwind as well, is that it tells you what times are best for your content, and then you can just easily upload your pins and publish them to the board that you want them to go to and on what day you want them to post as well. So this is really cool. And so if you download Tailwind, you sign up for it, you can definitely explore this yourself, and it's really awesome. So I definitely highly recommend it. So I want to show you real quick how to upload. You just click create a pin, you can upload, and then I will go to most recent and upload a pin that I have created. And sometimes this shows up, you just need to refresh, and it'll refresh your image. And so as you can see, you can put your title, your description. You want to make sure you put your new URL that leads, for this one, would lead to a specific blog post. And then obviously you also want to make sure it's going to the correct board as well. And so obviously that's super important too. And with Pinterest, you are posting it only to the most relevant boards. You don't want to just post it to all of your boards, because that comes off spammy if you're posting it to like 20, 30, 40 different boards. So make sure you know what board you're posting it to. And so pretty much that, you just post it in for everything, click your board, and then you can just easily click add to queue. And I'm going to talk about this in a minute, but this little button here is to add to the Tailwind Communities, which is a way to get other people to repin your content as well. And so if you want to add it to Tailwind Communities, if you have enough spots left to post that specific pin to your communities, you want to click on this button before you click add to queue, because then you can't go back. Or you can go back, but it's a lot more work. So make sure you click on this add to communities button before you add to queue. I'm not adding this one because I have a couple other pins that I actually want to post before it resets in 3 days. So definitely check that out. So moving on, this is Tailwind Communities. It used to be called Tailwind Tribes, but they recently changed the name to Communities. So if you don't know what Communities is, it is what Tribes was. And you can see community is this little icon here with the little people, the little two individual people icon. But then you can see that you have all of your communities right here, and you can easily access them just by clicking. And it just has, everyone's posted pins that they have published, and every community has different rules. So this one, you can see it just says, for every piece of content you share, please share one other pieces of content. So 1 for 1, if you post a pin to this community, you need to at least repin one other person's pin as well, because it's a group effort. You want to be a community with each other. You want, as much as you give, you want to take as well. And then you can also go here where it says yours, and it will show you everything that you have published to this tribe. And it will show you how many people have repinned that pin, which is kind of cool. And then you can see this little blue flame up here. This is how many people have shared it. So that's kind of cool to see. And then just be wary, you will see people's pins that have like I think like 100,000, or it'll be like a really big number, and that happens when your link is something like a Facebook link or an Instagram link. Tailwind interprets that is just Instagram as a whole, and they're not like breaking it down by like individual like specific post links. They're just saying like, oh, this many people have shared an Instagram link, or this many people have shared a Facebook link. So that popularity number is off on those types of websites. But if it's just your own domain, it's normally accurate. So that is pretty cool to see. And then one other thing is, a lot of people don't notice this, but weekly highlights. I like to go here when I'm going to repin, because I know this is content that other people have shared and is in general like good content or popular content. So I know these are good pieces of content to repin. So these are just bi-weekly, the most reshared pins each week. So that's something to look at, and it's really nice to see when you go back to the weekly highlights, and if one of your pieces of content shows up, that's kind of cool to see as well. But there are some communities that don't have weekly highlights. It might be this one. Anyways, I was going to show you, but yeah. So just know, if you can't find it, some communities just do not have it. But yeah, get on your Tailwind account, explore the different communities. If you're not in any, you can screenshot this. These are some good ones to look into. But you can also go to find a community and search by category and subject and topic. So there's all different kinds, like lifestyle, education, food, health, DIY, women's fashion, all these different things. So you can definitely learn more about the topics by going to this section in Tailwind, and it's really helpful. Community is a really good feature, and it really helps get your content out further than it would if you were just using Pinterest. And then before I get to this, so Tailwind actually does have insights. I don't really use Tailwind Insights that much. It's something you can look at and use if you wish, but in general, I'm using Pinterest Analytics on the Pinterest platform along with my Google Analytics tracker for my website. So that tells me all I need to know, from how many page views and sessions I'm getting from Pinterest to my website, what the bounce rates are, are people going to other pages. So Google Analytics for me is just a lot more in depth, and so I really don't use Tailwind Insights, but again, it is here. You can use it. There's a lot of options to look into with your website insights if you want. But going back, Tailwind Create, it's a newer feature on Tailwind. It's their solution to the competitor of Canva. So Canva allows you to create all the different types of graphics, pin templates, social media graphic templates, and is a very popular choice for a lot of people. So Tailwind came out with Tailwind Create, and it allows you to choose your brand colors, fonts that you like, upload the different stock photos, product photos that you have, and then it will just churn out a ton of different looking templates. And then you can kind of adjust things as you see fit. But it's a really cool way to just create a ton of templates, a ton of graphics all at once in less than 5 minutes. So this is up to you. I personally like designing my pin graphics in Canva just because I like them to look a specific way. But there are a lot of people that love Tailwind Create because, like I said, if they're wanting to, push out 100 plus pins a month, this is a really great way to get a variety of those pins. So again, this is another really cool feature you can check out. If you sign in to your Tailwind account, you should be able to have access to it. And it's this little paintbrush icon on there. So I hope that helps. Enjoy using Tailwind. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment under this video and I would love to respond back to you. And have fun with Tailwind. It's an amazing app software program, and it's very useful, especially when scheduling all of your content.